Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Easy Learning. I hope all are fine. In this video, we are going to see Class 10 History, Chapter Nationalism in India, last part, that is part 4. Those who didn't watch part 1, 2 and 3, kindly go through the video. Link is given in description. In this part 4 video, we are going to see the topic the sense of collective belonging. How did people belonging to different communities, regions, or languages develop a sense of collective belonging during the Indian freedom struggle? Let's see the concept in detail. We are all familiar with the term nationalism. Can you define nationalism? Yes, you are right. Nationalism means a feeling of pride and belongingness towards one's nation. It is a belief that our own country is better than all others. This sense of collective belonging spreads in India when people began to believe that they are all part of the same nation, when they discover some unity that binds them together. The most important factor responsible for arousing the sense of nationalism and collective belonging among Indians was the united struggle against the British colonists. In the process of their struggle, people began discovering their unity. But there were also a variety of cultural process through which nationalism captured people's imagination. History and fiction, folklore and songs, popular prints and symbols all played a part in the making of nationalism. The identity of the nation, as you know, is most often symbolized in a figure or image. This helps to create an image with which people can identify the nation. It was in the 20th century, with the growth of nationalism, that the identity of India came to be visually associated with the image of Bharat Mata. The image was first created by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Devotion to the mother figure of Bharat Mata was seen as evidence of nationalism. In the 1870s, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay wrote Vande Mataram as a hymn to the motherland. It was widely sung during the Swadeshi movement. Later, this Vande Mataram was included in his novel Anandmat. During the Swadeshi movement, Abanindranath Tagore painted his famous image of Bharat Mata. In this painting, Bharat Mata is portrayed as an ascetic figure. She is calm, composed, divine, and spiritual. The mother figure is dispensing learning, food, and clothing, all qualities associated with Indian women. Ideas of nationalism also developed through a movement to revive Indian folklore. In the late 19th century, Indian nationalists began collecting, recording, and spreading folk songs, legends, and tales. This not only helped to preserve folk tradition but helped to develop a sense of identity, common belonging, and a sense of pride in the past. In India, our nationalists toured to villages to gather folk songs and legends. These tales, they believed, gave a true picture of traditional culture that had been corrupted and damaged by outside forces. It was essential to preserve this folk tradition in order to discover one's national identity and restore a sense of pride in one's past. In Bengal, Rabindranath Tagore himself began collecting ballads, nursery rhymes, and myths and led the movement for folk revival. In Madras, Natasha Shastri published a massive 4 volume collection of Tamil folk tales, the folklore of southern India. He believed that folklore was a national literature. It was the most trustworthy manifestation of people's real thoughts and characteristics. As the national movement developed, nationalist leaders became more and more aware of such icons. and symbols in unifying people and inspiring in them a feeling of nationalism. During the Swadeshi movement in Bengal, a tricolor flag that is red, green, and yellow was designed. It had eight lotuses, which represents eight provinces of British India, and a crescent moon that represents Hindus and Muslims. By 1921, Gandhiji had designed the Swaraj flag. It was again a tricolor flag that is red, green, and white, and had a spinning wheel in the center representing the Gandhian ideal of self help. Carrying the flag, holding it aloft during marches became a symbol of defense. Another means of creating a feeling of nationalism was through reinterpretation of history. By the end of the 19th century, many Indians began feeling that to instill a sense of pride in the nation, Indian history had to be thought about differently. The British saw Indians as backward and primitive, incapable of governing themselves. In response, Indians began looking into the past to discover India's great achievements. They wrote about the glorious developments in ancient times when art and architecture, science and mathematics, religion and culture, law and philosophy, crafts and trade had flourished. This glorious time, in their view, was followed by a history of decline when India was colonized. These nationalist histories urged the readers to take pride in India's great achievements in the past and struggle to change the miserable conditions of life under British rule. These efforts to unify people were not without problems. When the past being glorified was Hindu, when the images celebrated were drawn from Hindu iconography, then people of other communities felt left out. Dear viewers, now we can conclude the topic sense of collective belonging. A growing anger against the colonial government brought together various groups and classes of Indians into a common struggle for freedom in the first half of the 20th century. However, different expectations of diverse groups pose a threat to unity. The Congress, under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhiji, tried to channel people's sufferings into organized and united movement for independence. Dear viewers, I hope you have understood the concepts from this part, that is sense of collective belonging. If you have any doubt, you can comment in the comment box. We'll meet you back in next video. Until then, bye.